Hey again, you guys. I might as well just explain why I have to wear these sunglasses. I actually have a vision problem. Basically, my antipsychotic medication makes me really sensitive to this damn freaking light right here, and even those headlights at night. So, I have to wear this. It's medically prescribed just so I can actually see at night. I am here. Well, after my first video, I realized that it kind of sucks because I have to crouch down just to even look. So I decided I'm just gonna go sit back here and then point at the whiteboard, I guess. You know. Now, in this lesson, we're gonna show you how to install Kali Linux. Um, I need to find a way to make sure my voice can actually get here. So what we're doing is we're going to install Kali Linux using the persistent boot disk installation. Now persistence means that the data you save will persist after you reboot. So any loot or creds that you stole is still on the disk. And we also are going to basically have the advantage of not having it being borked or ruined by Windows Force updates. The first thing you'll learn about installing Linux on a dual booting Windows system is that Windows, they're made by dickheads, man. Okay, everybody that engineers Windows, there's a fucking dick. So they would overwrite parts of the Linux partition and break it, and would ruin your hard drive installed Linux installation. And this has been a pretty consistent habit since Windows 10 has been launched. Maybe even back in Windows 8.1. Now, so we're going to avoid this problem by just having it on a boot disk. Also, we don't have to buy a physically separate hard drive. They're like, what, $50 to $100 for a decent size, 1 terabyte? We don't have to do that anymore. We just have to have make sure you keep your eyes on this, 32 gigabytes or larger. All right, 32 gigabytes or larger USB drive, because a full Kali Linux installation is about 25 gigabytes. And you will be starving for space eventually. Do not try to install Kali Linux on a 8 gigabyte thumb drive, which is what I was using in my examples. Now, this is just planning for the long term. So here's the process. Since basically we don't have to disable secure boot anymore. There's actually a scandal on Reddit where Lenovo made it so difficult, not impossible, but so difficult to install Linux. Because secure boot was meant to protect your laptop from malware that was hiding inside of ISO images or something like that. Or, malware that was hiding in the shadow volume, which is a concept I'll explain much later. I hope you guys can actually hear me. So Lenovo just made it like really a pain in the ass to disable secure boot so you can actually install Linux on a hard disk. Now people have accused Microsoft of intentionally monopolizing, I guess, your boot sector, I guess. But I don't know, man. It's just one good idea, just like pave the road to hell, I guess. So we're gonna install Kali Linux by using the installation of 2 Linux versions. We're gonna have a VirtualBox VM, just so we can get a bash shell working, and then we're going to have a ISO image of the hard disk Kali Linux installation. Now, alternatively, if you have Windows Professional, not Home, Windows 10 Professional, you can install Bash Ubuntu, and you can just skip all that BS. Sorry, like I'm in vulgarity laden because this part is a real pain in the ass. It's just every 6 months or so, the entire process just changes. It's a real pain. But you can install Bash Ubuntu on a Windows 10 Professional version or Windows 10 Education. So if you're at school right now, you can get a free copy of Windows 10 Education. You can get a key. I will send the link for the UNLV example on how I got my free copy of Windows 10 Education. It's the same thing as Windows 10 Professional. Yeah, I don't really see a single thing that was different about Windows 10 Education. I got elevated PowerShell, you know, all the cool stuff that you need to pull off hacking from the Windows side. We are going to use our bash shell to start gparted, which is the idiot-proofed GUI version of parted, to create a new partition, and then we're going to mount it, and we're going to give it persistence for the USB disk. Now, optionally, you can also encrypt that partition with Linux Unified Key Setup. That's Lux. You can encrypt it, but you can even install a self-destruct password. It's really just a second password. So if someone put a gun to your head and then says, you know, like, show me or unlock this disk, you can give them the wrong password, which would destroy the partition. You know, like some spy movie. But I'm telling you right now that it doesn't really matter in self-preservation, because if they had a gun to your head and then you trick them into destroying the data they're looking for, why should they let you live? They should just shoot you right there, right? So think carefully before you try to mess with the self-destruct passwords. Just get the regular Lux encryption. Let's see. And then once we're all done with this, once we created the persistence partition, we're going to reboot using the standard Windows controls, so we can just immediately boot from the thumb drive. No problems asked. You don't have to press F2 or F12 or F10 or whatever your computer manufacturer Street Fighter combo you have to press in keys as soon as you start up your laptop. Okay, you can just click a few buttons on Windows and it will boot right into the thumb drive. So just make sure you click on the links that I will be providing on Udemy or whatever medium I put. Oh, fuck. Okay, 20 minutes. And then I will see you there, alright? Just make sure you check out the links that I will provide with this video. Thank you.